Kids? It's me, Keisha, and I'm here with this week's Married at First Sight Season 3, Episode 11 review. Woo! Sorry, I've been gone. I've been over here working on my latest novel. So tonight's episode was pretty interesting. I was going to come on here with a full beat and glam for y'all tonight, but I didn't feel like it. I did a full beat and glam on my Love and Hip Hop and my Real Housewives of Atlanta review. So if you want to see me beat to capacity, check out those reviews. So let's get straight into this review because I got a lot to talk about. So we start off this episode with David and Ashley, and they're planning on having a 4th of July party at their house. And you know, she's still acting like a mechanical bull. Nothing about Ashley has changed since the last time I did a review. She still is dry as fucking sandpaper. So Trey and Vanessa are having a barbecue. And Trey isn't planning on inviting his homegirl, Jenna, right? Jenna is this chick that he went to school with. And Vanessa really ain't her for meeting Jenna, because she's like, she went at the wedding. I don't know this chick. I ain't never really heard of her. She ain't never told me he had no female that was a best friend. And frankly, Vanessa doesn't feel like a man and a woman can just be strictly friends without a little pokage, which I find to be totally ignorant for her to say. I feel as though men and women can be friends. I have tons of male friends that I would never sleep with, that I would never even think about being in a relationship. But there are instances where I do feel like if it's a new chick all of a sudden coming into the field after y'all done got together and this new girl coming to the picture, he talking about a friend, nah, we gonna cut that all off. Y'all need to have a relationship before me, or y'all had a whole friendship, but ain't no friendship with no chicks after me. Now that I will say. So Sam and Neil are having a barbecue at the park because they're still living at they're still living separately. And so she is finally going to meet his friends for the first time. And you know, they're starting to have fun with one another. Things are starting to loosen up between Sam and Neil. She's not acting so much like a biatch, like a butthole anymore. But you know, they still don't have a place with one another. Like I told you, they weren't gonna have a place with another. I need for Neil to realize that he will just be staying with her until the end of this process. Ain't gonna be no house bitch. So Ashley is baking a cake and making a signature drink for their party, and she's acting like a human being for once. She's acting a little bit chipper. She's not acting like she's on an Ambien drip. So I just personally thought that, you know, she was actually had a personality that day because she was going to be around somebody other than David, because she's just so tired of being around David's ass that she was just happy to be around other fucking human beings, so she would have to have a conversation with this motherfucker. So Trey and all his friends are no, Trey's friend comes by before the barbecue and they're having a conversation, and he's telling his friend that, you know, he's adjusting to married life and being a married man, but then he feels like he has to live up to this expectation for Vanessa to be this perfect man and to be exactly what she wants him to be. Like she's trying to build him into being somebody that he really isn't. You know, he likes to go out, he likes to have fun, you know, he's a fun guy, he likes to party. Not saying he wants to rage every night, but that's a part of him that he just does not want to shut off. And I feel like as a man, he should be able to express himself and do certain things. Nobody should be told to be something different than what they are. You have to let a person be themselves, but give them, your feelings about how you feel about them and things that maybe you would like to see them change about themselves. But at the same time, a person has to come to that decision on their own. And something like partying, going out once a week with his friends should not be a big deal to Vanessa. But Vanessa has trust issues and jealousy issues that we will get to in a moment. So Neil and Sam are at the barbecue, and Neil's friends ask, how is the, relationship going? And, he says they're making progress. And then his friend asks, has he ever thought about leaving thus far? And he says no. And Sam is like, tell the truth, Neil, tell the truth. He's like, I'm being honest. I haven't thought about leaving, which I'm like, you're not fucking being honest, Neil. Your ass has thought about leaving every motherfucking day. Stop it. So, she realizes that Neil is an introvert, not only with her, but even around his own friends. He's just a quiet person that likes to be by himself. He's not really the partying type guy. So she's relieved about that. So she tells his friends that, there's a balance between them because they're total opposites, where he's quiet and she's, kind of loud and obnoxious. So David is proud of Ashley because she isn't acting like a twat at the barbecue. She's actually being somewhat decent to his friends. But I did notice when his friends arrived at the barbecue, and they tried to when they introduced themselves to her, she stuck out her hand for a handshake, whereas they went in for a hug. She's just not a warm person. There's nothing really warm about Sam. Her insides are made of fucking frozen yogurt, goddammit. Hold on, let me change my thing. Ugh. Sorry guys, my television was telling me that I needed to record my other thing. Wait a minute, it didn't do it. Okay. We got it. I got to take my Real House Husbands of Hollywood. So anywho, so where was I at? So Ashley is feeling that she's a guest at the party, and that because she's been by herself the whole night. I'm like, when will you be happy, girl? Like, nothing makes this damn girl fucking happy. She's always complaining or mad about something. You don't want him to touch you. You don't want him to like you. You don't want him to be around you. You can barely stand to be around him. You don't even find him fucking attractive. You really haven't made that big of an effort to be in a relationship with him. But then you get mad at him for being with his friends at a fucking barbecue and being a great host or whatever. What do you expect? It ain't his fault that none of your friends fucking showed up, because they know that you a fucking drab. Like, you're not a good time. You're not a fun girl. Even your friends don't want to be fucking around you because you're boring. Don't nobody want to ruin their 4th of July being around your sour puss ass. Like, girl, sit down somewhere. I don't blame David for not being all up on you, because if he would have been all up on you, then you would have found something wrong with that. Girl, sit down somewhere. Whew. So David asks Neil asked Sam's friend how she, communicates with Sam, because, Sam is pretty abrasive. So her friend is like, I just, approach her with things like, don't get mad, girl. Let me just talk to you. And I'm like, you shouldn't have to tiptoe around somebody that's supposed to be your friend or to talk to them. It's, look at her, bitch. I got to tell you something, how I feel. Like, sit down somewhere with all y'all kissing Sam ass. I ain't like Sam gonna whoop y'all ass or something. Well, I mean, she might, but damn, take the bite and deal with it. So Jenna arrives at the damn party, honey, and Jenna is she's a very pretty girl, and I knew that was gonna give Vanessa some problems. So Vanessa comes in, and Jenna stands up, introduces herself. She's very nice and warm and, inviting towards Vanessa. And Vanessa's like, hey girl, how you doing? Nice to see you. And so Vanessa thinks that Jenna is secretly in love with Trey. And I'm like, girl, sit down somewhere. If she was secretly in love with Trey, she would have gone ahead and threw that pussy at him a long time ago. Don't nobody want Trey, girl, but you. Vanessa has trust issues, and she's very insecure, and she's very jealous, and that's going to turn him off if she keeps up with that shit. Every woman don't want your man, and if she wanted him, she should have shoot her shot then. You got him now, you got the ring, so be confident in that. If she tries it, then you check a bitch, but until then, have several. Vanessa, she was just doing way too much, and her little mean girl side of her came out. I ain't never had to give it to Vanessa, but I got to give it to her tonight. So her and Vanessa are trying to have small talk, and I mean, it was so uncomfortable because Vanessa was so dry towards that girl. She's like, I mean, you want something to drink? I mean, because it's a whole tub of beers outside. You can go outside and drink. You ain't got to stay in here with us. You can go outside. How about that? And Jenna was just standing there like, okay, bitch. Like, what the fuck is going on? And so Vanessa says that, she didn't feel a vibe from Jenna, that, Jenna closed herself off to her. And I'm like, no, you're deflecting your feelings off on her that you really have, because you were the one that was not welcoming towards Jenna because you feel some type of way because she pretty and she friends with your man. Sit down. So, some girl at the party named Danielle says, I see the chemistry between y'all, meaning Trey and Vanessa. And Trey says, that's a big word, making fun of the fact that this girl has been saying big words all night, making fun of her vocabulary, not the fact that he doesn't have chemistry with his wife. So, somewhere in Vanessa's Looney Tune ass brain, she hears him say, that's a strong word. He didn't say that at all, girl. You heard what the hell you wanted to hear come out of that damn man's mouth. So she automatically feels like he's being funny towards her because Jenna is there, because she feels like they got something going on behind the damn scenes. And so she decides to get all up in her own damn ass with an attitude, and it makes everybody uncomfortable. Trey is like, oh shit, she mad, like what the fuck, like oh god. And Jenna is just sitting back looking pretty like, well shit, if I did want him, bitch, you pushing me further towards his ass. So Sam realized that Neil's friends are more like her in personality wise than what she thought. They like to cuss, they like to have a good time. And that further brings her and Neil closer together. I still don't see it for them at the end of this process. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. So Ashley complains to David that she felt like she was by herself most of the night at the party. And he's shocked by this because, he thought they were having a grandiose time. And, he just says he wanted her to get to know his friends on her own without it being forced by him, which I totally understand. Once again, it's not his fault. You ain't got no damn friends and don't nobody want to be around your ass. Look at how you treated your girlfriends at your fucking bachelorette party when they tried to bring you some good dick before your wedding. You got an attitude. I don't want to see that. I'm just not that type of girl. I don't want to do that. Nobody wants to spend 4th of July with your ass, girl. No. So once again, David has done something wrong to make her feel uncomfortable. And so he apologizes again. I don't understand why. And she says she didn't feel like they were a married couple at the party. Y'all not a married couple. How have you treated him like y'all are a married couple? You have treated him like he was a guest in this marriage the whole damn time. You haven't made him feel comfortable. So why all of a sudden you got to be felt? You have to be made to feel comfortable. It's everything is about Ashley. Ashley. Marsha. So Sam takes Neil to her aerial class, and he's impressed because she's happy, and he ain't got to see that dead tooth. So David, no, Neil decides that he's going to move back into Sam's place until they can find a place to stay. Not gonna happen, Neil. So Vanessa is still mad, honey, the next day. But instead of telling him how she really feels, she tries to pretend like she's mad because her dog is sick, and apparently he didn't show enough affection or concern for her. He just basically, in her eyes, said, "All right, girl, let me know if anything happens. I'm about to go to a gym." So instead of telling him she felt some type of way about what happened at the barbecue, she blames it on the dog situation and basically comes to him on some bullshit. And so he's tired of her attitude, and he's basically like, she says to him, "I need for you to act more like a husband." How has he not been treating you like a husband? Out of all these damn men on this show, he's been the most accommodating and loving towards your ass. Y'all have the best relationship out of all these couples. So I need her to stop saying to this man that he's not acting like a husband and downgrading him and belittling him, because in this instance, you weren't acting like a grown-ass woman nor a wife. You were acting like a little girl that didn't get her way and felt some damn way and then took it out on this man. So he gets mad and tells her, "I feel like you trying to build me into being someone I'm not," which he should have came out and already and told her, "I need for you to stop trying to dictate what I can and cannot do. We need to set a schedule where I can go out on this day or whatever, and you feel confident enough that I'm not going to cheat on you, or I'm not going to come home drunk. Trust me enough as a grown-ass man to, handle myself when I'm not around your ass." So she finally brings up what happened at the barbecue, and he tells her, "I need for you to communicate with me because I cannot read your damn mind, girl. Your mind is not a fucking crystal ball, goddamn it, and I'm not a genie." So she gets mad and decides, "I'm about to go home. I'm about to run away. I'm about to go home and be pouting somewhere." And so he don't stop her, and I wouldn't stop her ass either, because she was acting like a fucking little girl. You are a married damn woman. Every time y'all get an attitude, what, you gonna run home to your mama? You gonna run to a hotel every time y'all get into it with each other? That is not healthy. That is not realistic. That's not how you communicate. As grown people, you have to come out and say exactly how you feel. Tell the person how you feel, get their reaction, and then work out some kind of compromise or some type of whatever way for you all to communicate and change things in the future. Vanessa was totally wrong in this predicament. This was all her fault, and she needs to grow the hell up and stop putting all her insecurities off on everybody else. So the next day, Vanessa comes home, and so she and Trey can talk. And he says that, he's been putting a lot of energy into this marriage. He really wants to see it working. And he's been changing since he got with her. He was starting to change before her, and he's changing even more now that he's with her. And he suggests that she makes a list of things that she wants in a husband, and he'll tell her what he can and cannot fulfill. And I'm like, you go head on, Trey. Yes. And so she asks him what he wants her to change about herself. And he's like, "I need for you to open up and be honest with me and talk to me instead of leaving every time you fucking get mad. That's not how you do these things, especially since I'm somebody that comes from a family where my mama left me, and I never saw myself being in a marriage where my wife would leave me whenever she gets mad or I upset her. You understand how that hurt me and made me feel?" So, of course, she felt like shit, which she should have, because she has her own abandonment issues. Because if he walked out on her, honey, the marriage would probably probably be over. So she feels bad and realizes she was wrong, and she apologizes, which she should, and I hope she learned her damn lesson and ain't doing that shit no more. So then the episode ends with Ashley and David, and they're celebrating their 1 month anniversary, and David is so happy and excited about this that he comes home with cupcakes and flowers for her, and she's sitting there waiting, honey, with her bag by her side, and she got a mean mug on her face as always. So he comes home, he gives her gifts and gives her this really nice, beautiful speech about how he's committed to them and their relationship and their marriage. And she's like, girl, that's cute and all, but I got a message last night that you were down to the bar, honey, trying to give out your number to some chick to get some drinks, and then it cuts the fuck off. And I'm like, slow clap for you, David, for finally getting some balls. Hell, I would have gave a chick my number the first week because I would have known this was some bullshit, and I need to have hoes lined up after this experiment is over because the divorce is pending. Kudos to you, David, for hooking up you some fish before this damn process is done and over, because him and Vanessa will not be married after this bullshit. I mean, him and Ashley will not be married after this bullshit is over. So line up the bitches, goddammit, because this hoe is not about to change. The hell with Ashley ass. Let her go on and find her this fine ass man that she done dreamed up that's gonna treat her ass like shit. So let her go ahead about her damn business. Don't feel sorry about her at all. Happy to see that Sam is finally getting her life together and being a human being and being nice at least to Neil and not being a bitch towards him. Vanessa needs to grow the fuck up. Trey needs to man the fuck up. Neil needs to stop bulging his eyes and figure out what the hell he gonna do with his life. And David needs to continue to catch fish and keep it moving. So I give tonight's episode A. I really enjoyed it. I'll be back next week with another review. Thank you all for watching. Leave your comments about tonight's episode in the comment section, and please make sure to like and share with your family and friends. Thank you all for watching this so much. I love you all and have a great night. Bye.